I am a USAPL competitive powerlifter with 4 state records, and here's my leg day. All right, this is filmed kind of reaction style, so I have got it on my laptop, which we will go to right now. Okay, so I started with barbell back squat. It is week 4 in the program, and warming up to a top set of 5, and this is the last warm-up set of... No, this is not the last warm-up set. This is 365? Yes. I'm actually going to take my mic off. Make this more of a chill video. 365 there. And then last warm-up set at 405 for a single here, which moved. So I did 405 for 5 last week. So I decided that it would probably be best to do 415. So, unfortunately, I filmed like a freaking dummy and filmed it from the back, which is usually the best angle. Pause, that's crazy. But wanted to get depth there, and I wasn't able to capture it. It was kind of packed in the gym. It was President's Day, so people off work, but hit this for 5. This is 415 pounds or 188 kilos for all my friends over the pond, which I think looks good, and I think the depth is probably pretty decent, judging by how it feels and how it looks. So super proud about that. That is not a PR, but it's 10 pounds off of PR, which just getting back from competition is super huge to get a PR here and able to, well, not a PR, but close to a PR. So, and it moved, and it was even on my back. That's something that we have been focusing on, is sometimes my squat is very like crooked on my back. So we've been focusing on that, working with a PT to get it straightened out, and it is definitely helping. We move into back downs at 360 pounds. Yes. Sometimes I wish it would just round up to the nearest like 5, because putting on 2.5s suck. But 365, and then always for back downs, I really focus on tempo, depth, and just technique in general. Top set is whenever you kind of show your top end strength. Back downs is whenever you get serious and lock in form, technique work, and muscle stimulus. So this is a 3x5 at 360 pounds, or what is that, like 100 and something kilos? I don't know. Don't have the conversion, I'm sorry. That was the first back down. Second back down, you can kind of see a little bit better what I'm focusing on. Big brace, same, and I want every rep to look the same. The goal with making every single rep look the same is that you limit the effects of, you limit outside variables, right? If each rep looks the same and then one rep doesn't feel right, you'll know why that is, because you'll have a consistent base to base it off of. But super happy with the way these moved. If you enjoy this style of video of me reacting to it compared to the style where I'm in the gym talking, let me know in the comments. If you prefer me talking in the gym, let me know in the comments as well. This is better for me because I can focus on my workout and deep dive into the program and why I do certain things and what I'm focusing on. And last set here, good angle to see depth and tempo. I was working on, for some reason I've been throwing my butt back a little bit more and kind of hyper extending my back. So, been trying to focus on that. Depth is okay here. I wish it was a touch deeper. It would pass in a comp, most likely, but not amazing. So, would love to get that deeper. Pause. And then after squats, I had a bench press, but I didn't film that because this is a leg day. So we move into leg press, which I warmed up I don't just jump straight in. Warm up a little bit, get the knees moving, get the hips moving, everything. I go like 2 plates, 4 plates, and then this is 5 plates and a quarter, I believe, or 4 plates and a quarter maybe. I think it equals like 500 pounds. So really focusing on depth, pausing at the bottom, and then exploding up. That is the goal with leg press. I have a 3 by 10 to 20 here. It's really an RPE 8, so like pretty much to failure with leg press. Since I don't have a spotter, I usually just go till I hurt, until the reps really start to slow down. Here you will see that I don't do that. I rack it. I was getting a cramp, and cramping on a leg press is no fun. I think it's just the way, the speed I was moving, maybe didn't hydrate as well, but started to cramp, so did not want to go any further. Worked that out a little bit, stretched a little bit, hydrated some more, and then just moved my feet down on the platform. And then we went for another set at the same weight. I just keep it the same. Sometimes I'll drop it, but really focusing on depth, slight pause at the bottom. I have my feet kind of higher on the platform than what you would normally see, and that's to get more hamstring involved. I have very quad biased legs. You'll see me adjusting my feet here, but I have very quad biased legs, and am just a very quad biased person in general. So I'm trying to get more hamstring and glute into some movements, and leg press is a great time to do that. Just move your feet up the platform, and you will be able to get more hamstring and glute activation. Still some quad, though. Yeah, I kind of look like a cricket during these at full depth, which is semi-embarrassing, but I'm proud of the depth. And with RPE 8, I just go until it's like a big struggle, and then rack it. If I had a spotter, I would go for more. You should most likely get a spotter on leg press. Way safer than doing it this way, but I'll hold that pause for a little bit longer on the last set just because I know it's probably the last one. And then there's me dying because leg press is tough. Last set of leg press here. I have no clue how many I went for, which is a good tip if you want to know how many you go through. Just record and you'll be able to see. But yeah, slight pause at the bottom. Toes pointed way out because that's my squat stance. Trying to get stronger in that. Trying to build leg muscle hypertrophy. That it is 5 plates plus 50. So that's over 500 pounds, I believe. Right? Because if it's 5 plates on that side, 5 plates on that side. 45 times 5 times 10. Oh, no. 450 plus 25. Yeah, exactly. And this is the last set, so always go as hard as I can. Again, didn't have a spotter. Should have asked for one, but decided to not. And we just grind through it. Nice slow tempo. The slower tempo isn't seen to build more muscle, but it is safer. And for me, lowering the risk of injury is way more important than lifting a lot of weight really, really fast. So I'd rather take some reps off and do it nice, slow, and controlled. Be way safer. See the knees coming in there, so I knew that the next one was not getting up. And then I, die for a long time. And then the next up is walking lunges. I wasn't going to set up an entire tripod here, so I just set it up on the turf and just left it recording. I am mad at myself because I'm touching my knee just a little bit too hard. I wish I would soft touch it instead of slamming that down, but it was heavy. RPE 9, so basically to absolute failure. And you'll see here that I pretty much go to failure. We can just scrub through here because then you'll see me. You can barely see me because it's so far away. But I barely am getting up over here. And then basically just collapse. And then I don't know why I didn't edit all this out. But I didn't. Here I am. Here's me doing my Second set, which again, I wish I would have touched my knee a little bit softer. With walking lunges, I am really focusing on driving through my heel and pressing up, squeezing that glute at the top. You'll see that my knee shoots back whenever I'm standing up. That's because I'm really trying to focus on that glute. Try to drive that weight over that heel, and then always use Versa grips or some sort of straps to make sure that you don't drop the dumbbells. And that's not a limiting factor. My legs are the limiting factor there. And then I, sit here and cry for however long it takes me to, because that hurts. Pushing them, and like that to me doesn't even look like a full RPE 9. It was probably like an RPE 8, and it's just pain, especially after leg press and squats. I just couldn't push any further than I wanted to, unfortunately, and it's a shame. I did not film the third set, but did the third set, I promise. And then we move on to GHD back extension. Little tip for you. If you are doing GHD back extensions and you get above a 45-pound plate, you can use a yoga block, set the 45-pound plate on the yoga block, and then stack whatever plates you want. But here I'm focusing on a big stretch, trying to reach down, barely touch that yoga block, all the way back up, squeeze the glutes as hard as I can. And I want that to be what drives my weight up, not my back. I want the squeezing of the glutes to be what drives the weight. So have 3 sets at RPE 8 to 9, I believe, and we just really push it. So this is a great movement. Takes a little bit of stress off your lower back if you have some lower back impingements, or if you do like heavy deadlifts, heavy squats, have a big arch on bench, your lower back's going to be kind of cooked. So this helps get some hamstring and some glute. This is one of the few movements that I feel in my glutes besides walking lunges. GHD back extensions. And I just go to failure. That's probably an RPE with some lengthened partials at the end, just as a good measure to know that I'm pushing towards failure. Squeeze those glutes as hard as I can to start, and then it gets weaker and weaker, and then I just go until I basically cannot squeeze anymore. And then the last set is I take a little bit longer rest so I can just hammer them as much as possible. Would like to see me going up just a little bit further here, but I didn't. But I'm going to focus on that a little bit more the rest of the block and the rest of the training cycle of really pushing. And you can see here I'm using some momentum to get it up on that third set, which to me is useful. Yeah, I mean, I think proper form is great, but not 1,000% necessary. And then the aftermath of the legs, which you can't really see very well. My phone did not pick it up great. But let's hope. No, there's no other thing. In the thumbnail, you will see the aftermath of leg day. That is my full leg routine. You see that we have my competition movement, a quad focus movement that I make more hamstring focused, but it still hits my quads, a glute biased or a glute focused movement, and then a hamstring and glute focused movement. Glutes and hamstrings are a weak point for me, so I hit them very hard and I hit them very often, but still hit some quads and get a lot of quad work with squats, and I have leg extensions later in the week. So that is my leg day as a competitive powerlifter. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, hit like, hit subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Deuces. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, there is a video right there that YouTube thinks that you will enjoy. Make sure you click that. But before you do that, there's a subscribe button around here somewhere. Hit that, and I will see you over in that video.